In The Art of War, Sun Tzu writes, "He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight." It sounds simple, but think about how often in modern life people get this wrong. We waste time arguing on social media with strangers. We push ourselves into conflicts at work that damage relationships more than they solve problems. We chase goals that don't actually align with what we want. The truth is, many people lose not because they aren't talented or hardworking, but because they fight every battle, including the ones that don't matter. Sun Tzu understood this. A great general doesn't march into every skirmish. They conserve energy, preserve resources, and strike only where victory is meaningful. Today, we'll explore how this wisdom applies to our daily lives, in careers, relationships, and personal growth. Because the real secret to strength isn't fighting all the time. It's choosing wisely when to fight, when to wait, and when to walk away. Part 1. Why not every battle is worth fighting? Let's start with a simple truth. Energy is limited. Your attention, your time, your mental focus, all of these are finite. Every argument, every conflict, every challenge you take on costs something. If you fight every battle, you exhaust yourself before reaching the real war. Sun Tzu saw this on the battlefield. Armies that chased every skirmish wasted supplies, morale, and stamina. They arrived at decisive battles weakened and lost. In modern life, the same happens. If you argue over every minor inconvenience, you have no energy for major opportunities. If you chase every idea, you never finish the ones that matter. Choosing your battles isn't weakness, it's strategy. Part 2. The cost of fighting. Why is this principle so important? Because every battle has a cost, even if you win. Asterisk. An argument may win you a point but damage a relationship. Asterisk. A lawsuit may bring justice but drain years of peace. Asterisk. A promotion fight at work may boost status but cost your health. The question isn't just, can I win? The real question is this worth winning? Part 3. Signs of a worthless battle. How do we know which battles to avoid? Here are some red flags. 1. The stakes are too small. If victory changes little, why waste energy? For example, arguing about who left the dishes isn't worth a relationship crack. 2. The opponent can't change. If someone is closed-minded, debating endlessly won't help. Fighting won't bring growth, only frustration. 3. The timing is wrong. Sometimes the right fight at the wrong time becomes a loss. Sun Tzu emphasized patience, waiting until conditions favor you. 4. It distracts from greater goals. If the battle pulls you away from your mission, it's sabotage disguised as engagement. Part 4. Modern examples. Example 1. Workplace politics. Imagine you're in a meeting and a colleague undermines your idea. Do you confront them harshly then and there? Maybe, but often the wiser strategy is to note the moment, gather allies, and address it later when conditions are favorable. Example 2. Social media arguments. Someone posts a comment you disagree with. You feel the urge to reply, argue, and prove them wrong. But will that change their mind, or just drain your energy and raise your stress? Most online arguments are unwinnable battles. Example 3. Family disputes. Sometimes with family, we pick fights over habits or preferences, when in reality, love and harmony matter more than proving who's right. Choosing silence can be the greater strength. Part 5. Battles worth fighting. But let's be clear. Sun Tzu didn't advocate avoiding all battles. He advocated choosing the right ones. So, what makes a battle worth fighting? 1. It protects what truly matters. If your values, well-being, or loved ones are at stake, the battle is worth it. 2. It advances a meaningful goal. If victory creates real progress, it's worth your energy. 3. You have a realistic chance of success. Sun Tzu taught that wise generals don't fight hopeless battles. They prepare, position, and only strike when the odds are favorable. 4. The cost of inaction is higher than the cost of fighting. Sometimes silence or retreat costs more. That's when you fight. Part 6. Strategic patience. One of Sun Tzu's greatest lessons is patience. He wrote, "He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious." Knowing when not to fight is as powerful as knowing when to strike. In life, this means delaying arguments until emotions cool, saving resources until opportunities align, and letting go of ego-driven battles. Patience isn't weakness, it's strategy in motion. Part 7. Stories of choosing battles. Story 1. The Silent Professional. A young professional noticed a senior colleague taking credit for her work. She was furious, ready to confront him in the meeting. But she paused. Instead, she documented her contributions, gathered allies, and when the timing was right, she presented her results directly to leadership. The confrontation came later, but it was strategic, and she won respect. Story 2. The Family Argument. A father and son often clashed over small household issues. One day the father asked himself, "Do I want to win this argument, or do I want peace in my home?" He chose silence. Over time, by letting go of minor battles, their relationship strengthened. Story 3. The Entrepreneur. An entrepreneur faced endless competition in small markets. Instead of fighting every rival, he chose to focus only on key partnerships and big opportunities. By ignoring the small skirmishes, he built a sustainable empire. Part 8. Applying Sun Tzu in daily life. Here are practical steps to choose your battles wisely. 1. Pause before reacting. Ask, is this battle worth my energy? 2. Weigh costs versus benefits. Even victory has a cost. Is it worth it? 3. Align with core values. If the issue touches your values, it may be worth the fight. If it's ego, let it go. 4. Play the long game. Sometimes retreat today means greater victory tomorrow. 5. Conserve energy. Remember, your time, attention, and emotions are resources. Spend them only where impact is real. Part 9. Inner battles. Not all battles are external. Some of the hardest are internal. Asterisk. The battle against procrastination. Asterisk. The battle against self-doubt. Asterisk. The battle against bad habits. These are always worth fighting because they shape every other part of life. Sun Tzu prepared armies for external wars, but his wisdom reminds us the most important battlefield is within. Part 10. Closing reflection. Sun Tzu's lesson echoes through the centuries. The skillful fighter puts himself into a position which makes defeat impossible and does not miss the moment for defeating the enemy. Translated to modern life, it means, don't fight blindly. Don't waste energy on battles that don't matter. Position yourself wisely and save your strength for the fights that truly count. So ask yourself, asterisk, what battles am I fighting today that don't matter? Asterisk, what battles have I been avoiding that actually do matter? Asterisk, where can I redirect my energy to create the greatest victory? Remember, strength isn't measured by how many battles you fight. It's measured by how wisely you choose them. Thank you for joining me on The Strategic Living. For more insights from the art of war applied to modern life, subscribe and stay tuned. And remember, every great victory begins with knowledge.